All right, it's a bit exciting. First time doing a video on these topics, and I feel like it's pretty important. Let's see. Cool, don't need that anymore. That's for later. All right, so if I can pull this up. Today we're going to be talking about Pompeii, Petra, the ruins of Petra, and other melted cities, and how there's a lot of correlations between them, and how this relates to Maui, as we're starting to see a reoccurrence of these same things that happened in the past. As history repeats itself, happened right here in Maui, right before us, and us not even pay attention to what's actually happening. Call it a wildfire, and then there's not much information about it since it happened earlier in the year as well. So, uh, that's a good photo right there. Where's my? Come on. All right. So we got Pompeii, as it's told to us in 79 AD, that it was destroyed by Mount Vesuvius right here. Good old, very conical Mount Vesuvius. Let's go through a couple photos here. These are some of the remains of uh, people. I think it's pretty obvious, but these will be brought back up later in relation to other things. So I just want to kind of show a couple photos of them. These people were clearly not at all ready for what hit them. It happened super suddenly. Absolutely shocked. I mean, it's used for as a flash. Uh, Kind of similar to a superstorm, a super wildfire, as they call it, thanks to climate change. Kind of strange. It's so sudden that it happened. These people didn't even have a chance to escape. This guy praying, God, save me, please. Just giving up. Well, what can you really do? Um, so there's little problems with Pompeii fitting into the narrative here, because that's what we're going to be talking about. This not really fitting in with the narrative. We're going to question all the narratives here, and the narrative being that Pompeii happened, was destroyed in 79 AD. Yep, it was discovered supposedly in 1763. That's whenever some explorers happened upon the city of Herculaneum, and we have uh, this correlation back that you're like, oh, this is the city of Pompeii based on the ruins here, right? But that's strange that it's discovered to our knowledge in the 1760s, when we have some evidence of it being known about before 1700s, even the 1600s, and way before then. It was on maps, these older maps. But for instance, uh, this stone right here, this is a memorial plaque on the way to Naples here. And it's pretty interesting because it has Pompeios Herculaneum as a location that was destroyed, right? But this was in 1631. This is in the 1600s that they etched this into stone, that this was destroyed. How could it have been destroyed if, for one, it was destroyed in 79 AD, and two, how could it be in 1600s if we discovered it in the 1760s? That's doesn't make any sense. And my bad. You find some other weird things, and this seems to happen a lot in these older cities. We have World War II. During World War II, the Allies bombed the absolute smithereens out of Pompeii for 2 straight days because they claimed that the Germans were keeping ammunition there. You'll find that there's a lot of places that were bombed. These ancient areas, and there's no proof now that there's some German ammunition. There's no proof of any of it. Just the what we're told, which is not what we like to listen to around here. We don't like to listen to what we're told, because why? When you should question every single thing. Um, I mean, look at Afghanistan. We have the 90s and 2000s. We bomb, like, as soon as they start uncovering these crazy um, mummies and locations, these sites in Baghdad. What do? We go right in, we bomb the hell out of it. It's a really common theme. It's always happened throughout history. It's not a new recent thing. This has always happened, and that's why this has happened here and continues to happen. And I'm making the argument that Vesuvius here did not erupt as a volcano and in an instant flash wipe these people out. They didn't even have time to run away. We've all seen movies of lava. Lava moves really slow, and then you'll make the assumption that it's a massive explosion, and it just wiped out everyone instead. It's absurd. I mean, you could argue at this time, people are more in tune with nature. You would have an idea that something's happening around you, that the Earth's moving underneath you, and you'd have a good idea to leave from that area well before that actually happens. So my argument being that this was a planned attack where weapons were used. This is a melted, destroyed city. This is what happens when you get instantly heated. All right, and this is the same stuff we're seeing in Maui. This is the same stuff we start seeing in other places too. Let's see. Let's pull up. And this whole video idea was really brought up thanks to some Mind Unveiled videos, like especially this Mind Unveiled Pompeii video. They point out a lot of interesting things. I'd go check that video out. It's a really great video. Mind Unveiled is just absolutely great. Um, and another video by Mind Unveiled, the Petra and other melted cities. This is another amazing, absolutely amazing video that should definitely be checked out. So let's pull up Petra right here. If I can close this. All right, Petra. Like a nuke. Yeah, definitely like a nuke. I got Nick Skills in the chat. All right, so Petra. Let's pull up some images of Petra. Petra's pretty gorgeous still, even after all of this. So let's see here. We have gorgeous architecture, Greco architecture, which you see all throughout the plain, which is interesting for starters. And also, we have this charring here, this cooking that is in a lot of these images here, and you'll see throughout consistently through a lot of these older civilizations, right? And also keep in mind that this is, supposedly 2 to 3 thousand years ago when they were using like little chisels and hammers and everything to make this stuff. So very plausible and very possible. Um, okay. So a couple more images of it. I mean, this stuff's just gorgeous, and this is still remnants. This is what's left of it. So this is some of the not so gorgeous parts of Petra, which look, I guess you could say water damage, but to me it looks a bit more like a candle when it starts to get burned up, burned down, burned out. And that's what it looks like happened, at least to me, to this portion of Petra in a lot of these cities. I mean, these look at this correlation here. This is also thanks to Mind Unveiled. Like, this is what happens to the or what has happened to the architecture. And this is what happens to candles. I think we all know what happens to candles. So my argument is that this place was cooked, absolutely cooked, petrified. Which is what happens to wood whenever it gets cooked. Turns to stone, I'm not saying this is a wooden city, but a lot of mountains have potentially different, or mounds have different meanings to them. It can be looked at in a different way. Um, oh yeah, where is that at? The picture, oh yeah, stairs right here. Like there's this is just one of them. There's several pictures where there's stairs that are just leading up to where? There's probably a building up here, a structure on top of it, and it's just fucking obliterated. Weird. Absolutely cooked out, melted down. Strange. But this, I mean, we also know that they're going to come through for this is a massive, massive tourism site. So they're going to touch up this stuff. The stuff that looks good, they're going to continually touch it up. What would you touch up here? All right. We got a couple other places spread out throughout the plain that look pretty similar. And they also, a lot of them have Greco Roman architecture. All right. Let's go to the Turkey Lycian tombs. La di da di da. Here we go. If my mouse will get there. All right, Turkey, Lycian, Greco-Roman architecture immediately right off the bat. Gorgeous looking stuff here, but absolutely black and charred out. Once again, I guess you could make the argument of water damage here, but these are lining up with the same similarities that we keep seeing in these ones here. I mean, you're not getting much water here. Last time they had water in the desert, they claim, is about 12,000 years ago. So that would date this a lot older than they tell us anyway. That kind of throws that out. So why does it look similar to this? I don't know. It's a bit fish. I don't know. You tell me. This almost looks like it's been submerged. Look at these. I mean, it's just fascinating. This is Turkey Lycia. I mean, look at this char damage. I mean, that's not water damage. There's no way you can argue that there's water damage right there. It's absolutely cooked out, destroyed, melted building right there. And it still looks amazing. Okay, not enough. We got another place. Let's go to Uchisar Castle in Cappadocia. Right? This place is magnificent looking. All right, this place. Huge castle on a mountain. Barely can tell it's a castle at this point. And these are the structures around it. I mean, what happened to them? Is this the city of the Coneheads or something? Like, if you're going through the narrative that I'm speaking of from here formally in this video, it looks as if they had rainstorms for 20 years straight, or it was melted, absolutely cooked out. I mean, this place is just a massive amount on the hill. This could be like something from Lord of the Rings here. Okay. Close these. Cook fire dragon or red dragon. Yeah, definitely some heat there. All right, we got another place, the Ellora Caves, India. Pull that up. Ellora Caves. This place is gorgeous as well. There's a good photo of it here. Oh, that's it, completely cooked out. Let's get a good photo of Ellora Caves first, right? I mean, this is some really amazing architecture here. Really fine detail, done with a hammer and chisel. Probably take hundreds of years at that rate. And yet, charred up, charred up. Weird. Absolutely charred up, all blackened here. Wow. That's what it looks like whenever you leave the pizza on the grill too long, huh? Oh, oh, what's a bit of damage there, eh? I mean, some really nice infrastructure still here. And different two-tone. They must have wanted to paint it triple tone. I don't know. It looks to me like it's been cooked. Okay, let's go to Longman Grottos China. And these are just a couple. These are a handful of places. There's so many more. This place is magnificent. The largest shrine of Buddha. Massive place. Massive site. These stairs that lead up to where? It starts to look like Tatooine. I mean, I mean, just looks a bit melted. Oh, come on. There's a really good photo of it right there. And another good photo of it. It's all a bit darkened. I wouldn't say this is the best example compared to the other ones so far. Let's pull up in Spain, Moorish Caves. Oh, is it the same photo? All right. We went from China to Spain. And yeah, looking pretty similar. This looks pretty charred up, pretty cooked out. Oh. It's like this rock's been melted down. Oh, really dark. All right, Granada Ancient Caves. This will be the last one. Oh, looks pretty similar. I mean, look at these buildings too. Each one, all built in, destroyed. Even like repurposed some of the homes here, you can tell. I mean, what happened to the tops of these? Conehead City. Must have been near some vents or something. Okay, so the point of all these is to see that this has been happening a lot. This happens all over the plane, and it's happened a lot. It is a bit interesting. Uh, so let's pull up Maui now. Actually, I guess before we get to Maui, talk about what I think happened to these many cities and continuing to happen is this woo term of directed energy weapons. And it's such a vague term, really, because it has a lot of woo with it, but it's the idea of energy in many different forms being used in many different ways, whether it be chemical, solar, whatever. There's many different ways to use energy as a weapon. It's so vague. I mean, it goes as far back as we have stories in the Bible. What did they use in the walls of Jericho? They just sounded these. I forget what these are called. They're not. They. I mean, they talk about trumpets as well, but these are not trumpets. And they sounded these off, and the walls came crumbling down. Pretty strange. Um, sure, not everything in the Bible is to be taken literally, but this is a very well told story. The walls of Jericho. It's interesting. I mean, this is the idea of it's a directed energy weapon. That's energy being directed as a weapon. As a directed energy weapon. Okay. Archimedes. This guy talks about, if you look him up, he came with his own death ray. He would just redirect the sun with a concave mirror. This doesn't look very concave. And it would light up ships in the sea. They would catch fire. That's a directed energy weapon. There's nothing woo with this. This 100% exists, has existed. Many have used it. Doesn't take too much brains to use. Look at that. Nice little sun action. Bounce it off our little bastion. Oh, cooked. You're done for. Skadoosh. What are these guys doing here? Dumb and Dumber? Alright. And then bring that full circle because there's nothing new under the sun. This is all history always repeats itself. There's no new technology. We get to the airborne laser that we use right now. The airborne laser uses a high energy chemical oxygen iodine laser on a modified Boeing to detect, track, and destroy any class of ballistic missiles. Yeah. Sure. This dates back to the 1980s. The airborne laser program was created by the Air Force in 1996. Hey, that's the year I was born. Mission Defense Agency. The COIL. Northrop Grumman. I used to work with them as well. Oversaw the chemical oxygen iodine coil laser, and Lockheed Martin. These are like you hear about these in like Transformer movies. Northrop Grumman, Lockheed Martin, Raytheon Dulles. They really found their way into everything. And oh, here is Northrop Grumman talking about Phantom Laser delivers compact, rugged, high-energy beam weapon source to empower U.S. I mean, look at this image that they're using here. This is just to blow up missiles in the air, right? That's all that this is for. Okay. Right. And this is their newest super compact one, 12 cubic size in feet. Whoa, that's really nifty. Most demanding combat situations, except for lasers rely on the production of coherent light being of the same frequency, which would not spread and diffuse. Expensive, right? According to the report, the Government Accountability Office earlier this year spends close to $1 billion on the development of these directed energy weapons. Whoa, there's that woo word again. That included its current arsenal of lasers capable of offering advanced defense against unmanned aerial vehicles. Oh, they're not using them against UAVs. Thanks, projectiles. Sweet. But however, the DoD had trouble getting these technologies out of the lab and onto the field for several, or into the field for several reasons. The challenges that they faced was determining how to use them. We got these amazing things. We don't even know how the fuck to use them. We don't know what we're gonna do with them. But we got them. Don't worry. That seems to be with a lot of this ancient technology that we've always had around. We, they have it, and they don't know what to do with it. It's us reverse engineering what's always been there. Shocker. All right. I think I have one other video here. Mythbusters. Where are we at? Where are we at? Oh, yeah, this one in the Maui folder of the. Why it's so loud? It's too edgy. We're gonna go with the Saddaloons. I don't know, volume and videos.
Has up to 70 gigawatt lasers in Earth's orbit right now. That's at least 100 times more powerful than what he factored into these calculations. Now, here's the data that you've all been waiting for. Guys, I repeat, share this everywhere. Now, adjusting NORAD.
Right, that was a whole bunch of lead up for the real video that shows right here.
Default coordinated universal time, or UTC, to the local time zones. Bob has found the following information. The Orinda fire was ignited at approximately 10:47 p.m. on August 8th, at the exact same time the CCP satellite labeled NORAD 53299 was directly over that location. The Lahaina fire was ignited at approximately 6:37 a.m. on August 8th. At the exact same time, CCP satellite labeled NORAD 55836 was directly over the location. The Kula fire ignited at approximately 11:30 a.m. on August 8th. At this exact time, CCP satellite labeled NORAD 53299 was over that very location. Also, guys, please be sure to check out the story for episode
Oh
Christ
boy,
Blasphemy
for
on
Christ.
Ancient Art.
All right. Now it's too loud. That's unfortunate. I'll have to figure that out better next time. Mainly just saying they track the data of these satellites being right over Lahaina at these exact times, right as these mysterious wildfires started. That's just a little strange, a little weird. If there's supposed to be wildfires, these sudden, absolutely sudden, out of nowhere fires that were considered to be a firestorm, right? A fire hurricane was the context that they used, that their government used, right? That these were a fire hurricane that moved at speeds of over 60 miles per hour. And this has never been heard of before, but it can be now because climate change can do something like this. This is all thanks to climate change. It can absolutely melt all this stuff, absolutely cook it out like it's some sort of ancient city, right? Just absolutely obliterate it. Here's a good side by side. And I guess it would be important to show this video because he makes this correlation with the. I can click on this button. Come on. Will I? Will I be able to?
Maui Police Chief John Pelletier said these fires caused
That.
melted metal. He also just happened to be the incident commander for the Vegas shooting in 2017. What a coincidence, doodle. These fires were the result of UEW's protected energy weapons
Mainly that part.
technology. Now, the
The
UEW
Maui
even
police
said these
chief.
fires, quote, melted metal.
Why would he
What
be
a
the one for
coincidence,
the
now, doodle.
2017 Vegas massacre?
What a coincidence, doodle. These fires were the result of UEW's protected.
That's a bit strange. I mean, just more fuel for the fire. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't change anything. But why? Why have him there? You even have the, thanks to this being pointed out, the Hawaiian Electric. Thanks to Nick Skills points, Hawaiian Electric provides update on Lahaina fires. Like these people are even calling out the Hawaiian government, saying like, "Whoa, what the fuck? We were surprised and disappointed that the county of Maui rushed to court even before completing its own investigation. We believe the complaint is factually and legally irresponsible. It's inconsistent with the path that we believe we should pursue as a resilient community committed and accountable to each other as well as Hawaii's future." Yada yada yada. Bunch of baloney, really. So my argument, really, at the end of the day, is that Lahaina is just another one of these Petras, petrified Pompeii's, one of these Spain Moorish Caves, Turkey Lycian tombs, Uchisar Castle in Cappadocia, Longman Grottos China, Granada Ancient Caves, Ellora Caves India. It's just another one in the long list. And why? Why is Maui the next one on this list, right? There's a lot of woo about this as well. Um, I like to use this nifty video right here. Now, whatever, believe this or don't, it doesn't matter at all. But we know for sure Disney makes so many parallels in their movies. They've been at this for almost 100 years now. Uh, Good old Walt Disney. And why did they decide to make a movie about this? This is just really strange. Like the Hawaiian Islands sit on the Ring of Fire, which we know to be a really important area, and arguably one of the most important on the flat Earth azimuthal projection. I mean, it forms a circle, and this is where a lot of stuff has happened and continues to happen. And it looks more circular on the flat Earth azimuthal, whereas on the globe it looks a bit more like a line. But why would you think it's called the Ring of Fire then? It makes a little bit more sense from that point of view. Um, yeah, just I guess the another point about Maui and these islands, they sit on these ley lines, and ley lines are another woo thing, but yet so many ley lines have militaries and churches all along them. There's so many ley lines that are just littered with churches and militaries, or sorry, military bases, and the islands, like I just said in this Ring of Fire, this is very important ley lines spiritually, right? So that's another reason why these are being attacked. But pretty much that really sums up my whole argument. I'll just leave it with this. Oh, gosh, goddamn Mike. All I'm offering is the truth. Nothing more. Everyone's seen Matrix, but that's the whole point of this whole YouTube channel. I don't expect to get many views, subs, whatever, but I just want to point out some fallacies, question some narratives. That's it. If I can do that, mission success.